The impetus for the show was actually Ken Schiano's new body of work, which is called Little Demons. And we discussed what the demons meant to him, and he jokingly said they're the spirits in my studio that are constantly telling me my work is terrible, and if you could just fix this, and tut-tut, and can't you do something better? And he said, they just drive me crazy. But, as he pointed out, they also are sort of his guardians, too. It's that energy that the artist really needs to respond to, that desire to create, but creating when you're hitting a wall. And I think, for me, that's one of the most exciting things of working with the artists that I have over all these years, is watching them push through.
Yeah.
So, in this particular show, the call-out, if you will, were to artists that I knew were in this area of something new. One of the new artists, Elise Margolis, came to me from New York, and Elise reached this point by taking one of her paintings and tearing it up and throwing it on the floor, which is really hard to do. And she looked down and she went, "Oh, isn't that interesting?" And she said, I never tore up another one. But she started cutting up her work, reconceiving how it would come together. Blake Conroy, whose work is in this show, had a recent one-person show down at the Atkins Arboretum. He does the cut paper sculptures using lasers, and it really intrigued everyone. For this last year, I've been showing his work in the gallery. Well, this time around, he decided to do laser-cut metal and large scale, and they've been just wonderfully received. While he was planning for this show, he bumped into Vico, who was doing some additional work, and the two of them have decided to collaborate. So in this show, we also have a piece that is the very first of Blake and Vico. Sara Bakken is a young artist from Philadelphia, and she is working in blown glass, blown and etched glass, and silk, shibori silk. And she creates installation pieces. Now, well, Rafe Sassi, I always bring Rafe back, and Elise Margolis is new to the gallery, and Elise is the one who is coming from New York. Roberta Saylor-Sack is a professor at the University of Arts, and she's new to the gallery. Elizabeth Casciero, who is a Washington, D.C. artist, who also lives in Easton. Her work is new to the gallery. And then another one who's really exciting in this show is Joe Karlik. It's almost as if Joe, in this absolute desire to create work, was doing small pieces that he might have done at the kitchen table, or pieces that he just fit in where he could, of drawing them, and then putting them into a larger collage. I learn from seeing a wide variety of work. It actually changes the way I feel about even my place in the world. It's that sense of watching creativity, watching something come to life. And I'm always intrigued by the things I don't like. That's always a good point for me to stop and want to learn more. But the work that has taken me the longest to connect to is probably Rebecca Saylor-Sack. I had to move away from my typical love of paper. I had to move away from my sense of wanting some kind of order. Hers is chaotic, and it's about, she even says this, she has chosen colors that both repulse and attract. She has flowers that are in her work that are dying. She has bones and skulls in her work. So it really is about the full cycle of life. And it's the push and pull of the creative life. Yeah. It is about reflecting on our world and our time.